Today's idiom is, could you keep an eye on my bag for a minute? This phrase is a polite way to ask someone to temporarily watch over your belongings, ensuring they are safe while you're briefly away. The expression to keep an eye on has roots in the simple, literal act of watching something attentively with your eyes. It evolved naturally to imply vigilance and care. It's a very common and practical idiom for everyday situations, emphasizing trust and a temporary guardianship. Let's look at how this idiom works in context. For our first example, I just need to use the restroom. Could you keep an eye on my laptop for a second? You're asking a friend to watch your laptop to prevent theft or loss. It's a quick, temporary request for vigilance. Our second example, while we re-out, could you keep an eye on the kids and make sure they don't wander off? Comma shows a similar request but with a broader responsibility. Here, keeping an eye on means supervising and ensuring their safety over a slightly longer period, not just guarding an inanimate object. Both illustrate the core idea of delegated observation.
Two similar expressions are watch over and look after. Watch over generally implies a more protective, supervisory role, often for a longer duration or with greater responsibility, like a guardian watching over a child. Look after also means to care for or be responsible for something or someone, but it can encompass more active duties beyond just observation, such as feeding a pet or watering plants. Keep an eye on is often a more casual, shorter-term request specifically for visual supervision, perfect for those brief moments when you need an extra set of eyes. To recap, could you keep an eye on my bag for a minute? Is a universally understood and polite way to ask for temporary supervision of your belongings. Its origin lies in the straightforward concept of visual observation, extending to watchful care. Remember, it's perfect for those quick requests when you need someone to briefly guard something. Practicing this phrase will make your everyday interactions smoother, showing respect for others' time while clearly communicating your need for a watchful glance. Keep practicing, and you'll master it. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, keep your chin up. This encouraging phrase means to stay cheerful and courageous, especially when you are facing difficult or challenging times. Imagine literally holding your chin up instead of letting your head droop. It's a physical manifestation of optimism and resilience. The idiom likely emerged in the late 19th to early 20th century, becoming popular as a straightforward piece of advice to maintain a positive mental attitude through one's posture. It reminds us that even when things are tough, a confident demeanor can help us persevere. Let's look at how we can use this idiom in everyday conversation. Our first example is, even though you didn't get the job, keep your chin up. There will be other opportunities. Here, the speaker is encouraging someone who has experienced a setback in their career. It's a gentle reminder not to lose hope. For our second example, after the team lost the championship, the coach told them to keep their chins up and focus on next season. This illustrates a leader motivating a group that has faced disappointment. Both examples show the idiom being used to provide comfort and inspire resilience in the face of adversity, highlighting its versatility in different challenging situations.
When you want to offer encouragement, there are a few similar expressions you can use. Don't give up is a direct command to persist and not surrender to a challenge. It's often used when someone is contemplating quitting. Stay strong is another excellent alternative, emphasizing resilience and inner fortitude during tough times. While keep your chin up focuses more on maintaining a positive outlook and physical demeanor, don't give up emphasizes continued effort and stay strong highlights emotional endurance. Choose the one that best fits the specific nuance of encouragement you want to convey. To recap, keep your chin up is a wonderfully encouraging idiom that advises someone to remain cheerful and optimistic during difficult times. Originating from the simple physical gesture of holding one's head high, it became a common piece of advice in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. So, next time you or someone you know is facing a challenge, remember this phrase. It's a powerful way to offer support and remind ourselves that maintaining a positive attitude can make all the difference. Keep your chin up, everyone. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, to make a long story short, we won the game. This phrase means you're about to summarize a potentially long narrative and get straight to the main point, saving your listener time. It's a very common way to transition into a concise conclusion. Its origin isn't tied to a specific historical event, but rather reflects a natural human desire, evident since the 16th century, to get to the punchline or the crucial information without unnecessary detail. It's about respecting your audience's time and attention. Let's explore how this idiom works in context. In our first example, we had some struggles early on, but to make a long story short, we ended up winning the championship. The speaker quickly cuts through the details of their struggles to deliver the main outcome, victory. It efficiently communicates the result without recounting every game or challenge. Our second example, The car repairs involved several complex steps and a lot of waiting for parts. But to make a long story short, it's finally running perfectly now, shows a similar use. Here, the speaker avoids detailing every mechanical step or delay, instead providing the essential update that the car is fixed. Both examples highlight its function to streamline communication and deliver key information promptly, making it a very practical phrase in everyday conversations.
When you want to summarize, to make a long story short is excellent, but you have other options. In a nutshell is a fantastic alternative, meaning to express something very concisely, like fitting information into a tiny nut. For example, in a nutshell, the project was a success. Another common, more informal variant is simply long story short, which performs the same function but is often used in casual settings. While to make a long story short is a complete phrase, long story short is a slightly truncated, highly conversational version. Choose the one that fits your audience and formality level. So, to recap, to make a long story short is your go-to phrase when you need to condense a detailed account into its essential outcome. It signals to your listener that you're cutting straight to the chase, saving time and delivering the key information efficiently. Rooted in the natural human inclination for brevity, it's a timeless expression for clear communication. Remember, it's a polite and effective way to ensure your message is understood without getting bogged down in specifics. Use it confidently to keep your narratives impactful and concise in any situation. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, he appeared out of the blue after 10 years. This expression beautifully captures the surprise of something happening entirely without warning, just like our example sentence. When something comes out of the blue, it means it's completely unexpected, often startling. Its origin traces back to the 19th century, conjuring images of a ship suddenly materializing on the horizon, where only a clear blue sky and ocean were visible moments before. It's a vivid way to describe a sudden, unannounced occurrence, making it a very common and effective phrase in everyday English. Let's look at how out of the blue works in action with a couple of examples. Our first example is, my old friend called me out of the blue last night after we hadn't spoken in years. Here, out of the blue perfectly describes the unexpected nature of the call. It emphasizes the surprise of hearing from someone after such a long time with no prior indication. Moving to our second example, the company announced a major policy change completely out of the blue, surprising all the employees. In this instance, the idiom conveys the suddenness and lack of warning surrounding the company's decision. Both examples show how out of the blue effectively highlights the unexpected, whether it's a personal event or a professional announcement, creating a sense of surprise for the listener.
Let's look at similar expressions. A bolt from the blue is very close, meaning something completely unexpected and often shocking or disastrous, like lightning. It carries a stronger, more intense connotation than out of the blue. Another option is without warning, which is more literal and less idiomatic. While out of the blue suggests a sudden, unexpected appearance, without warning simply states the absence of prior notice. Use out of the blue for a vivid, idiomatic expression of surprise, and a bolt from the blue for unexpected shock or calamity. To wrap up, out of the blue is a fantastic idiom for describing anything that happens completely unexpectedly without any previous indication. Imagine that clear blue sky, and then suddenly something appears. It's a simple yet powerful way to convey surprise, whether it's a long-lost friend contacting you or an unforeseen event unfolding. Remember this vivid image to effortlessly use this idiom in your daily conversations. Practicing with real-life situations will help you master it and enrich your English communication. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is, we are finally out of the woods. This means successfully overcoming a difficult or dangerous situation, now being safe. Its origin comes from literally escaping a perilous forest. Imagine travelers emerging from a dark wood into open land, symbolizing relief and safety after hardship. Let's apply this idiom. In business, signing a new contract means you're out of the woods, safe from negotiation uncertainty. In medicine, when a patient's fever breaks, doctors confirm they are out of the woods, past the crisis. Both highlight emerging from danger into stability.
Similar phrases are in the clear and past the worst. In the clear means fully free from trouble or suspicion. Past the worst implies the hardest part is over, though some challenges may linger. Out of the woods emphasizes a complete exit to safety. In summary, we are finally out of the woods signifies overcoming major difficulty and reaching safety. Originating from literal forest escape, it captures relief after uncertainty. Use it to express profound relief after conquering significant challenges. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is I had to put my foot down. This means to firmly assert your authority or decisively refuse to tolerate a situation. It implies taking a strong, unyielding stand. The phrase visually comes from the physical act of stomping your foot, expressing strong disapproval or determination, making it clear a line has been crossed. Let's see this idiom in action. First, my kids were making a huge mess, so I had to put my foot down and tell them to clean it up immediately. Here, the parent firmly asserted authority to stop the mess. Second, the project kept going over budget, so the manager finally had to put her foot down and demand strict adherence. This shows the manager taking a firm stand to enforce financial discipline.
Similar phrases include to draw a line in the sand, setting a clear limit not to be crossed. Another is to take a firm stand, emphasizing a resolute position. Put my foot down highlights a decisive action, while take a firm stand can describe a more sustained stance. Choose put my foot down for the act of assertion. To recap, I had to put my foot down means to assert authority or decisively refuse to tolerate something. It visually comes from stomping your foot to express strong will. Use it when someone takes a resolute stand to stop unwelcome behavior or enforce a rule, showing a powerful way to set boundaries. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is don't rock the boat. It means to avoid upsetting a stable situation or causing trouble. Originating from 19th century nautical life, it warns against actions that disrupt peace. Like rocking a boat makes it unstable, this idiom urges caution to maintain the status quo and avoid conflict. Let's see this idiom in action. First, let's not rock the boat with too many changes. This means avoiding instability. Second, don't rock the boat. We need to keep our jobs. This advises against protest, aiming to maintain current stability in employment or social harmony.
Similar expressions are let sleeping dogs lie and don't make waves. Let sleeping dogs lie advises against revisiting past issues. Don't make waves cautions disruptive behavior. Rock the boat often implies disturbing a peaceful equilibrium. Make waves refers broadly to causing any stir. In summary, don't rock the boat urges us to maintain stability and avoid unnecessary conflict. Stemming from nautical imagery, it reminds us to be mindful of potential repercussions. So, next time you're tempted to stir things up, consider if it's worth rocking the boat. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is we don't always see eye to eye. This means to have different opinions or to disagree. It portrays a lack of shared perspective, like two people viewing the same thing differently. The phrase origin reflects the idea of literally seeing the same thing, symbolizing complete agreement or understanding. Let's see this idiom in action. For instance, my brother and I love each other, but we don't always see eye to eye on politics. Here, despite their affection, their political views diverge. Another example, the team members initially didn't see eye to eye on the project's direction, but they found a compromise. This shows how different opinions can eventually lead to a resolution.
Similar expressions include have different opinions or disagree, while direct, see eye to eye conveys a fundamental lack of shared perspective or understanding, often implying an ongoing difference rather than just a temporary dispute. In summary, we don't always see eye to eye concisely expresses disagreement or differing opinions. Rooted in the visual metaphor of shared perspective, it's a versatile phrase for interpersonal or group differences. Use it to gracefully acknowledge when viewpoints diverge. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is he stuck to his guns. This phrase means to refuse to change your beliefs or actions, even when others try to persuade you. Imagine someone holding firm on an important decision. Its origin comes from naval or military contexts in the 18th and 19th centuries, where soldiers or sailors had to literally stick to or remain at their artillery guns during a fierce battle, defending their position against overwhelming odds. This powerful image later evolved to describe steadfastness in one's opinions or principles. Let's see how we can use this idiom in practice. Our first example is, despite intense criticism, the mayor stuck to his guns on the new city development plan. Here, the mayor faced significant opposition but refused to back down, demonstrating unwavering resolve for his plan. Now consider our second example. My brother always sticks to his guns when he believes something is right, even if it's unpopular. This illustrates a personal characteristic, someone who holds firm to their convictions regardless of popular opinion. Both examples show individuals maintaining their stance with determination against external pressure or differing views.
When you want to convey a similar idea, you might consider stand one's ground or hold firm. Stand one's ground is very close, implying resistance to pressure or attack, either physically or ideologically. However, stick to one's guns often carries a stronger nuance of deep personal conviction and unwavering belief. Hold firm is a more general term for maintaining a position or state against external forces, but lacks the same emphasis on personal resolve. Use stick to one's guns for strong, principled determination. In summary, he stuck to his guns means to firmly maintain one's opinions or decisions despite opposition. It evokes the powerful image of soldiers remaining steadfast at their posts, originating from military contexts. This idiom is perfect for describing someone who demonstrates great resolve and conviction, refusing to be swayed when they truly believe in something. So, the next time you see someone unwavering in their principles, you can confidently say they stuck to their guns. It's a vivid way to commend their strength. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Today's idiom is the teacher decided to turn a blind eye to the minor rule breaking. It means to intentionally ignore something undesirable, especially a minor offense, by pretending not to notice. This phrase is famously linked to Admiral Nelson, who reportedly put his telescope to his blind eye to disregard a retreat signal during the Battle of Copenhagen. Let's see it in action. First, the manager decided to turn a blind eye to the employee's late arrival, knowing they had worked overtime. The manager consciously overlooked it. Second, parents often turn a blind eye to their children's harmless pranks during holidays. Here, minor mischievous acts are deliberately ignored, showing a choice not to react to small rule breaking.
Similar phrases include to overlook and to let something slide. To overlook can be accidental or intentional disregard without pretending. To let something slide means relaxing a standard, often out of convenience. Turn a blind eye emphasizes the conscious, strategic decision to ignore something you fully perceive. In summary, to turn a blind eye is to deliberately ignore an issue, pretending not to notice it. Remember its origin from Admiral Nelson's strategic move. This idiom is perfect for situations where someone consciously chooses not to address a minor transgression, often to avoid conflict or because it's not worth the fuss. Use it to describe selective attention effectively. I'll see you next time with another great expression.